Hey guys, I've got some updates for you regarding where the impossible Easter egg situation is at. Us working together, we have made the news, so I'll show you that. And I want to show you more stuff where Jason Blundell gave clues to this impossible Easter egg. And then in another interview, he gave clues to a past Easter egg that we recently completely solved. It's really cool to see. So I'll show you guys all of that. So in my previous video, I talked about the impossible Easter egg and how it is 8 years later after the release of Shadows of Evil. And Jason had done an interview to say, yeah, he'd be giving us some details 8 years later post-release. He's no longer at Treyarch, so we were wondering what we should do, so I decided to make a tweet and see if you guys would support it in hopes that we could get Treyarch's attention to maybe get a little hint to this impossible Easter egg. You guys blew it out of the water with support. We had almost 7,000 likes, 1,500 retweets, over 1,700 comments. It had over 700,000 impressions and over 181,000 views. I had asked you guys to put in the comment section hashtag impossible Easter egg to see if we could get it trending. And yeah, it worked. We got this thing trending for a while and it started to kind of climb and get up there. And we made enough noise that the top game reporting websites are now covering this. The articles are saying Call of Duty zombie fans call for Easter egg reveal after 8 years. 8 years ago, director Jason Blundell promised that in 8 years he'd reveal the impossible Easter egg, and fans are coming back for answers. The articles are really nice. They're being supportive. They're showing my tweet and the video that I made, and hopefully this will also help to get Treyarch's attention. But this is all because of you guys and getting together and making this happen, so all the credit goes to y'all. The article reads, 8 years after Call of Duty Black Ops 3 dev promised to reveal a secret Easter egg, the game's community has come looking for answers. As brought up by Twitter user Glitching Queen, earlier this week, former Treyarch studio co-head and game director Jason Blundell originally gave an interview back in 2013, actually it was 2015, but that's fine, in which he refused to give an answer about an impossible Easter egg in Call of Duty Black Ops 3's Shadows of Evil Zombies map. So here's the thing, just to crush everyone's dream, Blundell begins in the video just below. You can ask me all you want, I'm gonna put that away in a vault and talk to you about it again in 8 years time. Blundell says of the undiscovered Easter egg in the game's Zombies mode. Then you scroll down, you can see the tweet, and then they say now Call of Duty players from far and wider, I think they meant to say wide, are banding together under the tweet above to seek an answer from Blundell. All these years later, in 2023, players clearly remember the promise of the impossible Easter egg in Shadows of Evil and want to know just what Blundell was hiding. They go on to say, however, it's worth pointing out that we technically aren't 8 years post-launch from Black Ops 3, as the tweet above states. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 launched in November 6, 2015, so we could actually be waiting until the end of the year for Blundell to eventually give an answer. They do make a very good point there, but I don't think Jason is going to be the one to deliver this news since he's gone. Then you keep scrolling and they say this is if Blundell gives the answer, of course. As the video game from Glitching Queen below summarizes, Blundell is no longer at Treyarch and he's actually pretty hard to get a hold of, having no social media presence whatsoever. At the end of the video, Glitching Queen encourages others to get hashtag impossible Easter egg trending on Twitter to spur Blundell or any other developers who know about the Easter egg to eventually come forward. They go on to say it's a long shot, but it's the only hope players have right now. As the video points out though, Blundell actually did come through on a previous promise similar to this with Call of Duty World at War, revealing an Easter egg years after he said he would. Call of Duty veterans are hoping Blundell can once again make good on an Easter egg related promise. So yeah, that is awesome to see that coverage, and on Twitter the comments and hashtag impossible Easter egg are still coming in. This tweet is continuing to grow. So far it's only been a day and we haven't heard anything from Treyarch, which is understandable. They've been quiet on all of their social medias. There's been a lot of discussion about what kind of Easter egg this is, where it might be located, and I went back through and watched some of the interviews where Jason talked about this Easter egg. I picked up on some verbal and physical clues from him that this Easter egg might be pretty big. It might not be a simple cipher that's just really well hidden and it's like numbers and letters we got to put together and solve. In Dalek's video from 2017, this is the one that he's saying in 8 years time, that's when he's going to mention this impossible Easter egg and maybe tell us what it is or give us some clues. I'm going to have this link down in the description, but you guys should go watch this entire video. It's 15 minutes long, but during the interview he's pretty calm. He's sitting very still until Dalek starts talking about this impossible Easter egg, and he's mentioning some things that we've seen in the map that we were suspecting. He starts getting really fidgety and flipping his foot a lot, grabbing his chair, rubbing his face. Like you could tell he was a little bit charged emotionally emotionally with like anxiety or nervousness or something. I was like, well, it's showing how he feels when he talks about this topic, and he's certainly not calm like he was before. I mean, it's important enough to him where he's having this reaction. So I was watching the interview again, and I picked up on a couple of things he said. Dalek had mentioned that we had noticed some things in the map that looked like it could have been the impossible Easter egg. Like some of the keepers and the meatballs were turning purple in the Pack-a-Punch area. And then Jason goes on to explain that if you're looking for the impossible Easter egg, it's not going to be anything like that. It's not going to be something engineered. And this is what he said. One of the assumptions I make when we talk about, you know, big Easter eggs or things that are kind of hidden and other stuff that's going on, I assume that everyone is going to take the code, take the radiant, and take it apart. And that could have been a slip. He's got this Easter egg on his mind. They're talking about it. And the first thing he does to describe the situation is calling it a big Easter egg. And with him saying he put it in multiple arenas, yeah, this could be more than just a cipher that we have to solve and like letters and numbers that we need to decode. I mean, a cipher might be involved, but with him saying big Easter egg, yeah, we may have to start thinking in those terms. Also, if this is a big Easter egg, then this is going to be a sit-down situation where someone from Treyarch needs to explain the whole thing and what's going on. It's probably not like a tweet or anything that Treyarch can put on their social media. Either way, I'd love for them to say something like, we're not telling you anything, or we'll tell you later. I went through multiple interviews with Jason Blundell talking about this impossible Easter egg. He says the most with Dalek in that video, and he also says something that's interesting. Dalek asks him, has anyone gotten close? And he said, I've seen people get close. Yeah. I've seen people get close on a couple of things. And that is verbatim exactly what he said, word for word. And with knowing that, it would be awesome if Treyarch would expand on that. Just tell us those couple of things that we were close on, and we'll go from there. We can keep hunting. And Jason let us know that they do watch us. Dalek said, do you keep up with what is being solved? And Jason said, I have guys who obsess and watch all of this stuff and then bring it all to me. I can jump on every so often and see little things. So yeah, he had his scouts watching to see. Last thing I want to mention is an interview that Jason Blundell did with Rad Austin and the Zombros, where he actually gave a clue to the Space Dog Easter egg. When we solved it way back when Zombies Chronicles released, we didn't fully solve it. We were able to complete the Easter egg, but we were misunderstanding some of the steps. Then JockoBoy88 and Halo Master Noob recently figured it out, but I'll show you guys the interview where Jason talks about this clue that, yeah, we weren't done solving this Easter egg.
So do you like Space Dog?
Yes, I am very, very grateful for finally getting, after several years, getting hated on by some people for the Space Dog myth that has come true. I appreciate that.
Do you want me to give you an exclusive?
An exclusive?
Uh-oh.
What do you mean by that?
Uh-oh.
You've not found it all yet.
Oh!
What?
Oh!
You know, I say that I don't watch the community very closely.
Yeah.
I've had one of my guys kind of scouring to see if certain things have been found yet.
Uh-huh.
There's nothing, so...
Son of a...
Yeah, I think this interview was back in 2017, and like just a week ago or so, we finally did complete the solve. I made a full video about this, but basically there are these dog toys that you have to collect around the map, and we didn't know that there were dog toys. The dog toys were just showing up, but we were not aware of the locations around the map. We knew there was a bone, we could see that, but there was a teddy bear in the dome that was way up on a ledge, and then a dog toy behind a tire at Area 51 that we've never noticed. So yeah, it's just cool to look back and see how all that played out and see the finalization of it. Hopefully one day we'll see the finalization of this impossible Easter egg. But I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we'll see you next video.